Good morning, my dear students. Once again, welcome back to Social Science online teaching classes from Vishwamanava Residential High School. Dear students, in today's, let us revise the chapter that is banking transaction. In the business studies part 1, banking transaction. Dear students, you have already learned in the previous classes the concept of banking transaction. Now, let us study about what are the main important question and answers in this lesson. What are the concept of banking transaction? Now, in today's revise the question and answers briefly. Okay. Let's start. Answer the following questions. First question. Bank is a link between debitor and creditor. Justify the statement. Or bank is a link between debitor and creditor. How? Answer. Bank accepts deposit from the creditor and lends it to those who need it in the form of loans. So, bank is link between debitor and creditor. Then the second question, what are banking transaction? Answer, the services offered by the banks are called as banking transaction. Then third question, what is bank loan? Answer, the bank accepts deposit from the public and lends it to those who need. This is called bank loan. Then fourth question, why is the Reserve Bank of India called Bankers Bank or Mother of Bank? Dear students, keep it in mind, very important. Why the Reserve Bank of India called Bankers Bank? Because the Reserve Bank of India controlled the all banking transaction. So that reason the Reserve Bank of India called Bankers Bank. Then the next question, what is the recent development of banking industry of India? Answer, the recent development in banking industry is the inclusion of post office. Then sixth question, saving bank account is suitable for students, senior citizens and pensioners. Why? Because senior citizens, pensioners and students get fixed regular income. So, saving bank accounts is very suitable. Then, seventh question. How can you say that the recurring deposit is suitable for future requirement? How can you say that the recurring deposit account is suitable for future requirement? Because for the future requirements, deposit are made regularly or month basis. Understand? Then eighth question, opening accounts in banks are necessary. Why? Answer, the arrival professional banking service, it is mandatory for every individual to open bank account. Then these are the 1 marks or 2 marks questions in this lesson. Now let's move on 3 marks question and answers. Answer the following questions. Very important, keep it in mind. List out the characteristics of banks or list out the characteristics of banks related to the banking transactions or what are the essential characteristics needed to call a financial institutions as bank? Answer, what are the characteristics? Keep it in mind. First one is banks are financial institutions which deal with money of the public. It is a financial institutions which deal with money of the public. Then second point, bank may be a person. Understand? Then third point, banks accept deposit from the public. Then fourth point, banks advance loans to industrial sector, agricultural sector, education, house construction and for other purpose to get the loans to the industrial sector, agriculture sector, education, etc. Then banks facilitate the customers to withdraw their deposit in the forms of check or draft. Then banks provide various banking facilities to its customers. The next point, a bank is a profit seeking institution having service oriented approach. Then next point, banks continuously expand. Then next point, banks acts as connecting link between depositors and the borrowers. The banks act as connecting the link between customers and the bankers. Then banks always add bank to their names. These are the characteristics of banks. Now let's move on. Another very important question in this chapter, that is, what are the functions of banks, or what are the functions managed by the banks? Okay, students, let us discuss briefly what are the main important functions of banks. First point, accepting deposit from the public and others. In the banks, we can see accepting the deposit from the public and others. Then lending money to public and other institutions. Then third point, transferring money from one place to another place. Then fourth point, collecting money on check, draft and bills. Then fifth point, this counting of bills. Then it provide safe deposit locker facilities. Then next point, conducting foreign exchange transaction. Then next point, keeping valuables in the safe custody. Then issuing letters of credit and guarantee. And the last point, conducting government transaction. These are the functions of banks. Then the next question, third question, describe the relationship between bankers and customers. Keep it in mind. The relationship between bankers and customers are broadly classified into two types. One is general relationship, second one is a special relationship. General relationship are broadly classified into three types. Further, general relationship are broadly classified into three types. One is primary relationship, second one is subsidiary relationship, and the third one is agent and principal relationship. Then in the second, special relationship, the special relationship are further divided into two types. One is obligation to honor check and obligation to maintain scarcity and account. These are the relationship between bankers and customers. Then the fourth question, what are the financial functions carried by the post office, or what are the services offered by the post office, or the post office providing various financial services? Justify. Very important. Answer. The financial institutions carried by the post office, one is post office saving bank. Then second one is issue of National Saving Certificate. Then third point, Kisan Vikas Patra. Then fourth point, monthly recurring deposit. And fifth point, postal life insurance. Then sixth point, pension payment. And the last point, money transfer. These are the services offered by the post office. Then the fifth question, describe the procedure to open a bank account, or what are the steps should be followed will open a bank account in the bank. What are the procedure? The first one is First, you can decide the which type of bank account. First, decide the type of account which you want to open. First, you can decide. Then, second point, approach the bank your choice. First, you can decide the type of account, which account you want to open. For example, saving bank account or current account, etc. Then, bank for your choice. For example, Karnataka Bank, Canara Bank, SBI Bank, etc. Then after you can fill up the bank account form. Then fourth point, to give the reference for opening your bank account. Then fifth point, to submit the bank account form. Then next point, sixth point, the officer will verify all the particulars submitted, and the last, the initial amount is deposited in the bank through challan. These are the procedures to open a bank account. Okay, very simple. Then what are the advantages of opening a bank account? Or list out the advantages of opening a bank account. This question is also very important. Keep it in mind for your examination point of view. First point, bank account facilities safe custody of money. The advantages of the bank accounts, it facility for the safe custody of money. Then bank account helps in making payment. Then third point, bank account helps in collection of money. Then fourth point, bank accounts helps in smooth financial transaction. Then bank accounts holders get advance and loans to get advance and loans. Then last point, bank account holders can get safe deposit locker facilities. These are the advantages of opening a bank account. Keep it in mind, very important. Then the seventh question, the number of saving bank account holders is increasing. Give reason. Answer, the saving account is generally opened in banks by salaried persons. I already told you. Saving bank account is generally open in banks by salaried persons. Understand? Then this facility is also given to the students, senior citizens and pensioners. Then third point, saving account are open to encourage people to save money. Then there is no restrictions on the number and amount of deposit. So the number of saving bank account increasing. Then the next question, eighth question, what are the difference between saving bank account and current account? Or how is saving bank account different from current account? Keep it in mind, very important. What are the difference between saving bank account and current account? First, let us discuss saving bank account. In the saving bank account, we can see first point, saving bank account first of all opened by the salaried persons and pensioners. There is in the saving bank account there is no restrictions on the number and amount of deposits. Then the money can be withdrawn either by check. That is saving bank account. Then current account. In the current account, we can see current account is opened by businessmen and traders. Especially this type of account is opened by businessmen and traders. Then amount can be deposited or withdrawn any number of times in a day. Understand? Then last point, generally banks do not give any interest on those deposit but collect service charges. Understand? These are the difference between saving bank account and current account. Then very important question. The next question, list out the services offered by the banks. Or what are the services offered by the banks? All of you know that The various services offered by the banks. First one is debit card and credit cards. To give the debit card and credit card, and it provides safe deposit locker facilities. Then it provides personal loans. Then trust services. Then home and vehicle loans. Then mutual funds, e-banking, signature guarantees. These are the services offered by the banks. Then the next 10th question, what are the difference between, name the different types of banks. What are the different types of banks? All of you know that. First one is Central Bank or Reserve Bank of India. Central Bank or Reserve Bank of India, it is called as mother banks because it is collecting, it is control the all banking transactions. So that reason the Reserve Bank of India is called as bankers bank or mother of banks, etc. Then commercial banks. Then third point, industrial development banks. Fourth point, land development bank. And the fifth point, endogenous bank. And the last point, cooperative banks. These are the different types of banks. Okay, my dear students, in this lesson we have learned 1 marks question and answers, 2 marks question and answers, and 3 marks question and answers. Okay, thank you.